Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this episode of Mike and the Guido. As always, we thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe, talk about it with your friends, share on Twitter, Facebook. It really helps us out. Normally we're pretty jovial. We have jokes about everything. But in this episode, what we're going to talk about is no joking matter. And what we're going to address is the controversy of Hulk Hogan. As many of you know, it recently came to light about Hulk Hogan making racist comments on his sex tape, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And those comments got out. And of course, those comments involved racial slurs. Now, Hogan has apologized for using those words. He apologized on Twitter. But I think the biggest reaction on this matter came from WWE, who has not only fired Hulk Hogan, but has essentially gone all scorched earth with Hulk Hogan. They have taken him from anything on WWE.com. They've removed all of his merchandise from the website, and they have even taken him down from the Hall of Fame.
Bullshit!
Now, of course, there's also, a video going around of Vince saying the same thing Hogan said on a pay-per-view. This word. And it's a word that can carry a lot of weight. And a word that shouldn't be thrown around. A word that should not be said, in any public forum. And this is, and it's words and actions like that have, this has destroyed people. I mean, Mel Gibson, Paula Deen, Don Imus, all of, these are all people who've had their lives and careers destroyed for something like this. And as bad as what Hogan has done and with what WWE has done, WWE is paying for it. Their stock plummeted to where Vince lost to the tune of $50 million. And we believe that this result is not. I don't want to say if people supporting Hogan.
No.
But it's gotten to be a very dicey situation in this. Hogan's lawyers are saying that Hogan resigned from WWE on, was it the Thursday?
Thursday night.
Okay, Thursday night. So we're not even sure if this is an overreaction. But this seems to be the corporate answer. A person says or does such things that everybody cuts their ties over. I mean, even in that same breath, Colin Cowherd from ESPN. I can't believe I completely forgot about Colin Cowherd, because my love-hate relationship with things that he says. He made some unflattering comments about people from the Dominican Republic, and ESPN. Well, this is the part he was going to leave anyway, but there was no time frame. He hadn't said when his last show was going to be, but ESPN has said, no, what you said went too far, and you're gone.
And you know Fox Sports isn't going to touch him now.
No, this, and that's the thing. I mean, these people know that they did wrong. Because it's honestly, the whole thing's a situation where you have to watch it. I mean, as a public figure, and any public figure, I mean,
even us here at Mike and the Guido.
We try, for the most part, to watch what we say. I mean, yes, we make jokes about wrestlers, but these are specific to that person. We're not judging anyone off their off their ethnicity or their race or
their religion
or you know, their sexual orientation. You know, unless I mean, I've been criticized for listening to people. Some people are using some things like that to get
over
an advantage,
like Orlando Jordan.
Yeah, there's a line between using it to get over and just totally grossing people out.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, that yeah, about like the whole lotion thing. But we're digressing.
We're not even going there.
No.
Ever.
No.
It's a line Mike and the Guido will not cross.
I'm still trying to figure out why you even talked about Orlando Jordan. So I'm not gonna lie. You know, not that we're saying he wasn't a very talented individual. It's just some of the stuff he was doing. We're like, I'm not comfortable.
Nope. I don't think the people that worked with him were either.
Yeah, but let's get back
to the topic at hand.
To the situation. I mean, the sex tape's almost 10 years old. These comments have been out there.
They've been out there. Hogan's got a lawsuit trying to get the video friggin' pulled and get damages from the person that released it.
Then why the heck do you even film these things?
I don't know. Some people find it fun to film themselves doing things with their wife or significant other. I don't know.
Okay. But, okay.
I know my wife's not into it.
But I'm just, you know, that's the thing. I mean, okay, the nature of the medium, yeah. And then again, and I'm saying, and this is not to defend Hogan, but this is, you know, this is probably something that's trying to get private, and he said this in the privacy of his own home.
Well, the nature of the beast that is the internet.
Yeah.
Once it's out there forever. There is no erasing it completely.
Yeah. And it's interesting that these things come to light
at
now.
The most inopportune times. It's like somebody purposefully decided to bring this up when this is such a hot issue. This friggin' tape has been out there for 10 years, and just now somebody's bringing this up?
Did it have something to do with Patrick's elimination?
Possibly.
And that's the thing, I would like to think that, because that was America.
That was America that got rid of Patrick. That was Patrick not friggin' showing any humility that he didn't know every frickin' thing about the business.
And it was America's vote. You know, we've heard 1,000 times, the fan votes are not rigged, and Tough Enough is one of those fan votes.
And also, before this, Patrick going out and friggin' booking himself on friggin' indie shows because he didn't, for lack of better phrasing, I'm guessing he didn't think he could win.
But let's, I mean, and this is all wild speculation, and normally this is our speculation.
Normally we don't deal in speculation here, but
okay, let's go on. What's done is done.
Was it wrong what Hogan said?
Yes. We cannot defend that word.
No. Was it appropriate that Hogan apologized for what he said? Yes. Was it appropriate, Vince and the WWE's reaction to what Hogan did? No.
I mean, this
suspension, fining, public apology, any of those would have been acceptable. All the above would have been acceptable. Replacing him as the host of Tough Enough, which they're going to do anyway, acceptable. Erasing him from the Hall of Fame and your entire history of the company is bullshit.
And that's the thing, the Hall of Fame, this is a accomplishment. I mean, you're a fan of Hogan.
Yes.
I honestly, I never was.
Yeah.
I never thought we'd be sitting here dedicating a whole episode to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But even I can't deny the fact that this is someone who had had a hand in making professional wrestling what it is today. The global
Vince McMahon,
force.
in his own words, has said numerous times that the WWE wouldn't be what it is today without that man. And you're going to deny he ever existed in the company?
And let's also mention the fact that people have brought up 2005 pay-per-view where Vince used the word.
Okay, yes, it was in reference to John Cena.
And a lot of people saying, because they gave the corporate answers of characters, it was a line uttered by a character, and a lot of people are calling bullshit. That's a yes and no. Okay, I mean, if you've watched the whole clip, Vince is trying to sound hip when talking with John Cena.
Trying to sound like an old man talking hip.
Because we've all known that guy.
Yeah.
That, was trying to say the phrases and they're outdated. And then he went there and Booker T happened to be right there. And you just sit there and like, oh my god, they just frickin' said that.
Okay, yes, 2005, 10 years ago. It was a different time. But still, even then, we knew that word was not appropriate.
And that's the thing. Both that and the Hogan sex tape, you're talking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Why is this being brought up now? And especially in such a charged social climate that we have right now, where all the focus seems to be on what divides us. Yeah. As people.
We've got a situation here where we've got somebody that did something wrong, and they've admitted they did something wrong. There's no denying Hogan has admitted he did something wrong in this situation. And then there's the overreaction by the corporate entity.
And even then, it's believing that you can just take somebody off all your media and that you can erase their existence.
And then you turn around and in order to erase this, you go to two former Hall of Famers and try to beg them to come back to the company to help you get out of this situation. I.e. Mick Foley and Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper, who they already fired a couple weeks ago. Mick Foley, who let his Legends contract expire.
Yeah, because he hasn't been too happy with what the company's been doing.
And neither one of them are in support of the reaction that the WWE has had against Hulk Hogan.
But it's, I think it's a reaction of, the reaction was in the climate today.
Yeah.
Let's face it, racism is wrong.
Yes.
It's easy for us to say this. We know that it's easy for us.
Trust me, coming from a Midwestern town that's like virtually on the border between North and South, we've lived with it our entire lives. That fine line between racist hate and, for lack of better phrasing, northern supremacy.
I mean, we can talk about this all night. We could have like a hours long discussion.
We could blow this whole tape we have.
But we never get to the issue.
You've essentially taken away people's right to freedom of speech.
Thomas Jefferson said, "The right to swing my fist ends where the other person's nose begins."
Yeah.
In your own home, you should, at least in this country, we know this is YouTube, which can go to a worldwide audience. But in this country, you have freedom of speech, you have freedom of the press, you have freedom of religion. But you have the freedom to say and do as you will, as long as it does not impose on others.
Yes.
And while I right now am in my own home,
this video
is public.
Yes.
So I know as long as that red light's on, I have to monitor what I say. And I know there's people there,
I'm not supporting what Hogan said. I'm not supporting what Vince said.
Honestly, everybody screwed up in this.
Yeah. Vince overreacted. Hogan said something that he shouldn't have. It's a total bullshit situation. And you want to know who loses in this? The fans. Especially the fans that have been there through everything. And when I say everything, I mean from WrestleMania 1 to 31. Those are the fans that lose. Not the fans that just started 2-3 years ago.
Or the Attitude Era fans. Yeah, I think you got a little bit of that.
Especially if they were watching Nitro.
Yeah. See, you got it.
But the fans that have been with Vince the long haul are the ones that are losing in this.
But that's the thing, Hogan has admitted he screwed up.
Yes.
And I believe this nation to be a nation of second chances. And in some cases, quite a few of them.
But can we rank Hogan's screw up right up there with Pete Rose's screw up?
It's...
Or the name that shall not be named.
But therein we're dealing with not
Racist?
the American... No. We're not dealing with the American public. We're dealing with the corporate entity.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball and WWE, respectively. And
my biggest problem with this whole thing is the fact that you already inducted Hogan into the Hall of Fame 8 fucking years ago. And now you're saying because he made one fucking mistake, you're gonna take that all away? So by doing that, by taking Hogan's Hall of Fame induction away, what are you saying to Ric Flair? What are you saying to Ted DiBiase? What are you saying to Stone Cold Steve Austin? What are you saying to Mick Foley?
think about it, you've got people in there that have screwed up.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah. What are you saying to all those other people that are already in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, Booker T said that word.
Yeah. We gonna take Booker T's ring away?
You know, Stone Cold was arrested for domestic violence.
We gonna take his ring away?
Ted DiBiase's son wasn't that good. Are we going to take his ring away for that? It's...
We gonna take Mick Foley's ring away because his daughter's dating a clown?
It's coming to a point that... But we're nitpicking that.
Yeah.
I mean... We're criticizing, corporate reactions to this, but it has been proven, and I know this phrase has been overused. We know racism is wrong.
Yeah.
We know that it's a simple ignorance, that we prejudge and predispose people based on appearance, that based on color, based on the style and how they act, how that we know that that's wrong.
We know that that's wrong, but coming from a manager in training, I learned that's where you make your first 2 to 3 steps in judgment over whether to hire somebody. Is their appearance and how they act in the interview.
Yeah, okay, but in appearance in that, you're talking, man, how they dress. Are they dressed neat and clean and proper? Or is their shirt untucked with stains on it and they smell like...
Luke Harper?
Yeah. But, yeah, that's what I mean by appearance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you mean. That's what that means by appearance. But I'm talking about color. I'm talking about religious, like headwear and that, what have you. And that's wrong.
Yeah,
But
that's wrong.
But getting to the phrase no one wants to hear me say. But one thing definitely that racism is not, and that's best for business.
No.
And that's, I'm not saying that what WWE did was right.
No.
That's what they. I don't believe in the scorched earth.
No.
I agree with you on that, Mike. I agree he should have been taken off tough enough. That, maybe he should have been removed from But this
taking him out of the Hall of Fame, and maybe even removing his merchandise from WWE shop for a undetermined period of time. I'm not even going to put a time limit on it because I'm not the type of person to put that time limit on it. Fine, whatever. But to remove him from the Hall of Fame after you already went through the trouble of putting him in it is bullshit, and it removes all legitimacy from the Hall of Fame.
I mean, that's the thing. They don't kick people out of Halls of Fame for in any sport that we know of. And while it does put a pall on that, it said that it was still this great honor for all your work, but if you do something that displeases us, we can take it away.
Yeah. PWI didn't do that with the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Because he's in that one too. And
there's a lot of people that say that one is more based off of merit and your contributions to professional wrestling and to the business. There's people that's gone on record of, as far as the Hall of Fame, that's just people who Vince likes that year.
Yeah. Because you saw how long it took for Warrior and Randy Savage to get inducted.
And Randy Savage was inducted posthumously.
Yeah. His induction got accepted by the Genius.
But we're gonna try and wrap this part up. Basically, everyone screwed up big time.
Fucked up.
We can't defend anybody in this, and we won't.
Not gonna defend what Hogan said, and I'm sure in the hell not gonna defend Vince's knee-jerk reaction.
But this is what we hope for. We just hope from here on in that Terry Bollea can come back from this.
Whether he comes back to the WWE at some point, God forbid he goes back to TNA, goes to Global Force, whatever. I hope his legacy and his remaining career as a public figure can bounce back from this.
I mean, don't get me wrong, pardon the pun, but this is a black eye on his legacy. But this is a man who entertained millions upon millions of people.
I have a friend.
Regardless.
I have a friend personally that his dad left him at such a young age he viewed Hogan as a second father. And he's gotten ridiculed on Twitter for saying that over the last couple days.
And that's the thing. People on Twitter will slam you for who you like, and that's wrong.
You've gotten slammed for questioning Naomi's in-ring work.
And that's all I'm questioning, her in-ring work. I am not a fan. I have nothing against Naomi as a person.
They're trying to get you to make that comment.
Naomi's a wonderful person. I just don't personally think that wrestling is for her.
Yeah.
Like, in-ring action is for her. I mean, as a valet, she's great.
Yeah.
You know? She brings that attention you want to the in-ring talent.
And see, this goes back to another thing that I say the WWE needs to bring back. Managers and valets. But that's a whole different episode for another time.
That's
a lost art that needs to be brought back. Like jobbers.
I don't know the others. You just don't know who they are anymore.
Oh, yeah. Not mysterious wrestler number 3 from this hometown, i.e. whatever town they're in.
Yeah, pretty much. I miss those guys.
Yeah. You knew they were going to lose as soon as the main guy walked out.
His brothers jobbed when they were in London.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. And the worst part is this is who most people equate with wrestling. You think of professional wrestling, the first person you go to is Hogan.
Yeah. By doing this to Hogan, you've damaged pro wrestling as a whole. You've damaged the WWE, you've damaged TNA, you've damaged Global Force, you've damaged Ring of Honor, you've damaged CZW. CZW damages themselves. Not as much as XPW.
I don't think SPW is running anymore, but that's...
Yeah, it's besides the point.
We just hope that we as a society can focus more on what unites us. Because we know that if you're watching this, you're a fan of wrestling. No matter what you do with your job, no matter what you do with your family, no matter where you go to church, no matter where your kids go to school, no matter how much money you make, and above all else, no matter what color your skin is, that we all can get together
and watch some wrestling.
Exactly.
If there is one, in my belief, if there is one sport in the entire world that can bring us all together,
highlight.
It's professional wrestling.
I just really wanted to say highlight.
Yeah. You can bring... Miller High Life could bring us all together, too.
Yeah, we're trying not to joke here, but we have to, because this is just something, so dark. But that's the thing. We want this. We want to get past this. So, with the few seconds we've got, let's all get together and watch some damn wrestling.
That's right.
Thanks a lot for watching.
We've got NXT Brooklyn and SummerSlam coming up.
And also Lucha and probably something else TNA's doing, and we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you for joining us. As always, please like, share, subscribe.
Right. Drink some beer, water, whatever your choice
Eat
is.
some nachos, have some hot wings, and watch some wrestling. That's what we're trying to get you to do. Watch some wrestling. Follow us on Twitter.